Hey everyone, Jason from Iron Fence Shop with a quick answer to a common question we get all the time. Today's question is, can I install my fence or gate in the winter? As we film this video, the leaves are coming down, the holidays are right around the corner, and I start getting questions about can I install my fence or gate in the wintertime? And the short answer is, yes, you can. Now with installing your fence or gate in the wintertime, one thing you do want to keep in mind is concrete. That's really going to be your restricting factor. With most of your installations, you're digging post holes and using concrete to set your posts. What that concrete's going to want is a minimum temperature of about 40 to 50 degrees for at least a 24 to 48 hour period. So if your temps are above that, there's not a bunch of snow and slush on the ground, you've got the green light to install your fence in the wintertime. Now one thing you might not realize is there's some perks to installing your fence or gate in the wintertime too. And those are sales and discounts for one. Like everybody else, we've got an off season, and that's the time of year you're going to get your best deal. Don't come to us in spring and summer and expect best pricing because you and half the rest of the country is also coming out wanting to do their spring projects. So wintertime can be a great time to save some money. Another thing is, you're going to have a shorter lead time. A lot of times in the spring and summer, we're super busy. Lead times can be a week, they could be 3 weeks. It just depends what we got going on. But in the off season, when things are a little slower, we might be able to get your order out in a couple days. Another thing is from a personal level, you probably got less going on. I don't know about you, but when spring and summer hits, it's weddings and cookouts and holidays and vacations and everything else where there's no time. However, when you get into wintertime, sometimes you're just itching to get out of the house and do something, so that can be a perk to do it in the winter times too. Another thing to consider is the lower temps you're going to be dealing with in wintertime. Now I'm preaching to the choir on my folks down south, but I think anyone would agree it's going to be a lot easier to do a very physical outdoor project in the wintertime when it's maybe 60, 50, 40, versus in the summertime when it's 85, 95, 105 degrees outside. So sometimes just a little bit lower temps makes all that physical work a little bit easier to do. Now if you're not looking to install it yourself and you're looking for a company to help install it for you, that's also a great reason to work in the wintertime. Just like us being busier in the spring and summer, so are installers. Everyone's trying to get their attention. Sometimes you can't even get a call back from them. But in the off season when things are a little bit slower, you may be able to get their attention and again, get a little bit better pricing when they need work versus when they're drowning in it in the spring and summer. And one last perk to think about is your yard. A lot of times when you're putting a fence in, you're going through flower beds, you're trampling on grass. When you're doing that in the spring and summer, you're doing damage that might last the rest of the season, or you might be trampling flowers or things like that. So if you're doing it in the wintertime, keep in mind, the grass is dormant, the flowers are all out, less damage to worry about, and that way when spring comes around next year, all your plants can come back up and be nice and vibrant with your new fence and your landscaping. The quick answer to today's question, can I install my fence or gate in the wintertime? Absolutely. Just keep those things in mind and those perks as well. Keep in mind too, you could also go ahead and order your fence now and just not install it till spring if you got room to store it. Just keep in mind if you do that, make sure to go through your entire shipment and check it now, not 3 months from now when you go to actually put it in. If we can help with any other questions on this subject or just your project in general, feel free to give us a call at 800-261-2729 or shoot us an email at sales@ironfenceshop.com. We look forward to helping with your project.